Welcome back to the Information Week News Desk, coming to you live from Interop ITX. I'm Sarah Peters. My next guest was a keynote speaker this morning and is following that up with an open Q&A on how the Internet of Things can affect a business. Author, blogger, speaker, consultant, Joe Barkai. And Joe, I never asked you how you said your last name. Did I mention?
You said perfectly.
I did. See, I'm just that good.
Yeah, you're so good.
I'm just that good. Joe, you spoke this morning on the outcome economy. What does that mean?
The outcome economy really talks about how businesses come together in terms of product and services, not the traditional way, which is really focused on features and functions and transactions, but really want to focus on the outcome. Outcome in the sense that what customers expect.
Mm-hmm.
The example I used in the keynote was the high-speed rail system in Spain, where very, very quickly there's a contract, if you will, between the rail system and the customers, in which if the train is late by more than 15 minutes, customers get all their money back. In order to meet that obligation, because it's a dangerous obligation, if you will, right. They have a contract with Siemens, the provider of the systems and the maintainer of the tracks. So Siemens provides uptime, Renfe, the rail system, provides on-time arrival. So together they come, it is a kind of cohesive product, but it focuses on the outcome the way the customer cares about it, the passenger in this case, as opposed to features and functions such as, it's going to cost you so much, are we going to leave on time? We don't care if you leave on time, we need to arrive on time.
Okay, I see what you're saying. And clearly, technology has a great, is extremely important in reaching those outcomes, but as you're saying, the customer doesn't care how that happens. They just care, get me what I need. Don't tell me about how you're actually making that happen.
Correct.
So how does that change then for the people who are here at Interop, the people who work with technology all the time? How does that need to change their mindset, how they go about doing things?
Obviously, technology is critical in achieving this outcome, in measuring how well we meet those outcomes, understand areas where we need to improve. What changes for people who are in IT and deliver those systems is thinking about products differently, no more about features and functions, such as response time, transaction time, but rather what features and functions, if you will, deliver those outcomes. So how do I measure outcome? And for that I need the IoT, I need connected customers, I need connected consumers, I need connected products to come together in a cohesive ecosystem to deliver this value.
Now, you're talking about IoT, and just before we came on together, I told you that when I think IoT, I think security because I cover security most of the time. Right. And you said, I don't care about IoT security. So tell me and explain yourself, why don't you care about IoT security?
Obviously, security in IoT is very, very important.
Yeah, you say that now.
Right.
You didn't say it before.
And hand in hand is the issue of privacy. Security is not enough, privacy is critical. However, I believe that those are becoming commoditized very, very quickly. They have to be commoditized for us to build more products and services and outcome-based economies, if you will, on top of that. So I really want to drive the conversation in the way that we agree that connectivity, security, privacy all become commoditized. They need to be open, standardized, easy to consume using any product that I want to build, so I can really enable those ecosystems to deliver the value. I suggest that those involved in IoT need to have this as a foundation, not as an outcome. And this will allow them to develop their outcome-based products.
Well, that seems to me, though, that you're kind of asking for quite a lot when we're talking about IoT, just because it is such a complex ecosystem. There's so many people involved. You have so many manufacturers, you have your telecoms, you have the end users, you have this entire supply chain. So if that's what we want, which of us are responsible for making it happen?
Right. So the first part of the answer is we have to have more standards, or I should say fewer standards, but apply them correctly. I often joke, says, one of the good things about standards is there's so many to choose from, which really defeats the purpose, right? So we have to have standards, and we need to build IoT platforms. I mean, I see too many companies developing IoT solutions from scratch. Then they have to deal with connectivity, security, privacy, whereas those need to be standardized, and they need to be available as platforms. So the platform can then focus on workflows, on customer needs and outcomes and management of those. And part of this discussion is also about ecosystems. An IoT solution is really best delivered by an ecosystem. The simple example I gave earlier about Renfate, so there's collaboration between Siemens and Renfate to deliver a solution. To deliver an ecosystem-based solution, we have to have a platform that allows us better governance of workflows, governance of information, going back to your topic, manage data rights.
Yeah.
All these things have to be commoditized, and companies need to focus on the outcome and not worry about those issues that need to be building blocks as opposed to the major thrust of their effort.
Last question really quickly. With all of the innovation in IoT that you're looking at, is there any one thing that excites you the most?
It's a very good question. What excites me actually is still in the notion of ecosystems, because everything around it is technology. And one of the buzzwords here and all around us is machine learning and artificial intelligence and so on and so forth. I've been there before. This is the second wave of AI. As you can tell, I've been around for a while, and I've been in the, and we failed to deliver. We failed to deliver because we did not understand the context of AI. So machine learning AI have to be delivered in context. And this is where we need to focus our efforts and not deal with basic algorithm. And similar to the question we just discussed about security. So what excites me is the openness to think about outcome solutions and build technology solutions to drive those. So I don't get excited about AI as much as AI in context, AI in applications.
That's a good answer. Well, Joe, thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thanks for having me.
Joe Barkai. Now hang tight, Interrupt fans. We will have more News Desk for you after the break.